Hey, Michael, how you doing? I wanted to ask you about the punter and your level of concern with Arryn. Obviously, his production has tailed off. What are you seeing there, and how concerned are you?
Not concerned at all. Guy had a bad game in 18 weeks. It happens to the best of them. You're not going to be out there. Then the production, everyone's going to look at like his gross punting or whatever. If you looked over the last month and a half, the offense has been moving the ball so well that his plus 50 has to come into play, which he really excels at. I think the one touch that we've had two or three touchbacks. And the latest one was the first Washington game where we could have made a play right there and helped him. He did a good job with us, so I'm not really overly concerned about Arryn. He's been doing a really good job, and his production really hasn't changed. It's just a matter of the field. I mean, in the second Washington game, he had both punts from the plus 42 and plus 44. The numbers aren't going to look great, but one drive start was at the 6, the other was at the 9, where we look at it where we want to try to keep everyone inside the 10 in those plus 50 situations. So. And the things with Arryn, if we didn't have an answer to what happened in the game, then we'd be a little more concerned, but we know exactly what happened. And it was just something mechanically with his drop where it just got outside of him and he just shanked the ball, which happens to everyone. Not everyone's going to hit a perfect ball, so not too over concerned about Arryn.
Go ahead, John, and then Dave.
Hi, Michael. Looks like Jason Huntley gave you a little juice in the kickoff return game. What did you see from him? And now that he's elevated to the 53-man roster, it's still difficult from a game day perspective. But how much do you push if you say this guy can really help us on something like the return game?
Yeah, I thought Jason did an outstanding job given his opportunity. I mean, it happened week 18, but he took advantage of the opportunity right there, and he did a heck of a job. He hit the running lanes very hard. He protected the ball in traffic. Then the other guys came in and did a heck of a job on that big one that he hit for 35 yards. You see Patrick Johnson wash his guy all the way down. The double teams by Tyree and Tay Gowan really helped out. Same with Rich Rod and Mac McCain right there. So, as much as it does take a good returner right there. It takes the other 10 to really help out and give him that running lane. And he showed really good quicks in the hole right there to get up the field and give our offense a good starting point right there. And in terms of the game day elevation, everything is case by case study, day by day, game by game. In terms of that, who you're playing against, are you going to get a return? Is it in a dome? Is it going to be cold weather where you're going to get more returns? So it was a big fluid talking between everyone, Coach Sirianni and Howie, on who we're going to put and dress up for that game. So as long as Jason keeps, he's worked hard the entire season. I know he had those rib injuries in the preseason that kind of held him back a little bit, but he came in. He's worked hard for us on practice squad. He's shown our ability to return against our kickoff coverage throughout the first 17 weeks. So Jason, it's more to Jason really staying true to himself, and when he had the opportunity, he answered the call right there.
Dave and then Bo.
Michael, do you expect to have Sean Bradley on Sunday? And if you don't have him or if he's limited, how big of a loss would that be?
Yeah, you wish you could have an answer and have everyone healthy, especially for this playoff run. They've done an outstanding job to get themselves to this point and have a shot at the dance. But like I've alluded to previously, in special teams, you got to have everyone ready, and whatever that case may be. And, it's our job as special teams coaches to make sure that if he does go down, well, who do we put in next? And, it's happened a couple of times this year where, something has flared up on Sean and we've had to go to a reserve right there, and they've done a great job. Jack Stoll has done an awesome job filling in for him. Jacoby in the Washington game did a good job having to make a play when he got called up. So it's just more to those guys, everyone in the room, regardless if you're on the active or practice squad, getting ready and just never know when your name's going to be called and being ready and confident in doing that. So, but we will, like to have Sean ready and willing to go. So we'll just take it day by day, just like anything else.
Oh, and then Jeff Mosher.
Hey, Michael, sort of open-ended, but I guess looking back at that last game against the Bucs in Week 6, aside from guys who were injured, how are you guys different as a unit now than you were back then?
I don't know how much there's much difference. There may be some schematic things that, after the bye week, we may have changed a little bit to help put these guys in a better situation. But we also, in that game, Kayvon Wallace wasn't in there, and now he's a core guy for us. So having him, and he brings a good physicality and speed from the safety spot right there. And I think guys have just kept growing and growing. I mean, Zach has grown and gotten better. I think our whole unit has gotten better from that situation in terms of seeing more game experiences and just playing ball, really. But for the most part, it's going to be a really difficult challenge. Obviously, Keith in Tampa Bay, they've always had a good special teams unit, and he's been in the league for a long time, seen a lot of ball. So we're going to have our hands full getting ready for Tampa Bay, but we're excited about it and having the opportunity to play past the regular season. I think these guys are going to be really raring to go, and it all starts tomorrow when these guys are in the building, really when they get the whole game plan.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, Mike, it's not uncommon for a playoff game to come down to a big field goal, a highly publicized kind of special teams play, a block, a big punt. So when the team comes back, what's going to be your kind of overall message to your guys on special teams this week?
I think Coach Sirianni kind of alluded to it. Like, just because it's a playoff game, you're not going to go, out of the ordinary, out of left field or something like that. We're going to come back and do what we've been doing, and it's really helped us. We've had some opportunities to help help the game from a special team standpoint, and it's a 1-0 week. It's a 1-0 play. You could go and dominate for a play, but in the special teams world, you got to wash that out because there's the next one coming. So we just got to be ready to go out there, put our best foot forward, give great effort like they have been doing, and trying to help the team, whatever that is, whether it's a punt return, a field goal. You never know what the situation may be, but we're going to get these guys ready and, come out, feeling pretty confident with the game plan in terms of the coaches getting that all and hoping get these players going.